After a period of use, areas like microwaves, air fryers, stovetops, and sinks often accumulate a lot of grease and grime. Initially, these stains may not be very noticeable, but if left for a long time, they will accumulate, both detracting from the aesthetics and making cleaning more difficult. Many people think that only specialized cleaning chemicals can remove these stubborn grease stains. However, in reality, there are some very familiar household ingredients that can also help clean quite effectively. So today, I will share with you some simple tips using easily found ingredients in the kitchen. Let's try cleaning the grease and grime in the microwave, air fryer, sink, and some other frequently used areas. Let's get started. First, I'll prepare a measuring cup to measure the ingredients. Although this is a small step, it's quite important because using the correct proportions will make the ingredients blend together more easily and create a more uniform mixture. I usually use a cup with pre-marked volume measurements, which makes measuring ingredients more accurate and convenient. If you don't have a specialized measuring cup, you can also use similar measuring cups. Next, I pour about 100 milliliters of dish soap into the cup. This is a very familiar ingredient in the kitchen and is often used to clean grease from dishes, pots, pans, and many other surfaces. After measuring the required amount, I pour all of the dish soap into a large bowl for easier mixing of the other ingredients. Next, I continued using the measuring cup and added about 100 milliliters of Coca-Cola. After measuring the required amount, I poured the Coca-Cola into the bowl containing the dish soap. At this point, the two ingredients were combined in one bowl. I used a spoon or stirring stick to mix the mixture thoroughly. I stirred slowly until the ingredients were well combined and formed a homogeneous mixture. After stirring for a while, the mixture was well blended and I set it aside. Next, I'll prepare the second mixture to combine with the solution prepared in the previous step. First, I pour about 30 milliliters of vinegar into a measuring cup. Then, I add 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of salt. Once the ingredients are in the cup, I stir slowly with a spoon. At this point, the baking soda will begin to dissolve with the vinegar and water, so I continue stirring until the ingredients are evenly distributed in the mixture. I try to stir thoroughly so that the salt dissolves completely and the mixture becomes more homogeneous. After the second mixture is ready, I pour it all into the large bowl containing the dish soap and Coca-Cola mixture I prepared earlier. Next, I stir again with a spoon. I stir continuously to ensure all the ingredients are well combined, forming a homogeneous solution. When you see that the mixture is well combined and there are no more separate ingredients, it means the mixing step is complete. For easier storage and daily cleaning, I will prepare a plastic bottle with a lid. Then, I carefully pour the entire mixture into the bottle. Putting it in a bottle not only makes the mixture easier to store, but also makes it much more convenient to use. When I need to clean an area, I just take out the bottle and use it immediately without having to mix it again from scratch. Now, I'll start using the mixture I just prepared to clean the areas in the kitchen that frequently accumulate grease. First, I'll use this mixture to clean the microwave. This is one of the appliances that easily accumulates grease, steam, and food stains during daily use. If not cleaned regularly, these stains can stick to the oven walls and become increasingly difficult to clean. I pour a moderate amount of the mixture onto a dishwashing sponge or soft sponge. Then, I begin wiping each area inside the microwave, including the walls, bottom, glass surface, and hidden corners where grease often accumulates. When wiping, I do it slowly and evenly so that the mixture has time to come into contact with the stains on the surface. For areas with more grease, I can wipe a little more thoroughly to allow the mixture to work more effectively. After the initial cleaning, you'll see that the grease and dirt are starting to be removed from the inside surface of the microwave. Next, use a clean paper towel to wipe the entire inside of the oven. This step helps remove any remaining cleaning solution and any dirt that has loosened during the cleaning process. Wipe again until the surface is dry and clean. After completion, the inside of the microwave looks much neater and cleaner than before cleaning. Next, I will use this mixture to clean the cutting board and cooking pots. These are everyday items, so they easily accumulate grease, food residue, and stains after cooking. In this step, I use the mixture in a similar way to regular dish soap. I apply a sufficient amount to a dishwashing sponge or directly to the surface to be cleaned. First, I will clean the cutting board. I use a dishwashing sponge to spread the mixture evenly over the entire surface of the cutting board, especially the areas that frequently come into contact with food. Then, I gently scrub to ensure the mixture makes even contact with the surface and helps clean any remaining stains after use. Next, I move on to the cooking pots. I also apply a sufficient amount of the mixture to a dishwashing sponge and scrub evenly inside and outside the pot. For areas with more grease or residue, I will scrub a little more thoroughly for better cleaning. After cleaning both the cutting board and the pot, I rinse them thoroughly with water. This step helps remove any remaining mixture and any stains that have loosened during scrubbing. Finally, I will use this mixture to clean the sink. This is one of the most frequently used areas in the kitchen, so it's also a place where grease, food residue, soap, and many other stains easily accumulate. After a period of use, these stains can cling to the sides of the sink, the drain area, and the corners, making the sink look less clean and sometimes even causing unpleasant odors. I scrub the entire surface of the sink, from the sides and bottom to the area around the drain. For areas that frequently come into contact with grease or have a lot of accumulated dirt, I scrub a little more thoroughly to allow the mixture time to come into contact with the surface. I also don't forget to clean the hidden corners and areas where water often collects after use. After cleaning the entire surface, I let the mixture sit for a short time and then continue scrubbing with a scrubbing pad for a more thorough cleaning. Finally, I turned on the tap and rinsed the entire sink thoroughly. I rinsed it several times to wash away all the mixture and the dirt that had loosened during the cleaning process. After rinsing with clean water, the sink surface became brighter, cleaner, and looked much tidier. With just one simple mixture, I was able to clean many different areas in the kitchen without needing to prepare too many separate products. So today, I've shared a simple cleaning mixture recipe using familiar household ingredients. This mixture can be used to clean various areas such as microwaves, cutting boards, cooking pots, and kitchen sinks. If you found this tip helpful, save it to try when needed. Thank you for watching and see you again in the next simple yet convenient cleaning tips.